Good morning and welcome back to the showdown. If you guys are brand new, today I got your favorite guest, FxBigDog in the house, and we're going to do some live trading. Here in the showdown, we both trade 5 pairs live, and we're going to trade and analyze these pairs, but we're also going to break down our tool and how we get out 20 pips in the market. So, if you guys are ready, we'll start right after this. Welcome back, Big Dog. How's it going?
It's going good and ready to rock and roll. You know what? I love this day, and the reason why I love this day is because I know it is the last day of the week. We get to chill back, sip pina coladas, watch the sunset go down tomorrow. That's going to be, especially here in the U.S., Florida, because it's so damn hot. What's happening?
It's been very, very hot these last few days here in Florida.
I know.
But yeah, doing good.
All right, well, good. Well, there's a lot to talk about today, Cameron, as we did go ahead and have what I like to call a Mexican party out in the U.S., and that means that there's been tequila handed over to everyone when it comes to the news. If you take a look at the news, and let's go ahead and share the actual screen here, and take a look right here. Why am I calling it a Mexican party? Because we all know that they are the best when it comes to partying, and especially when you bring tequila to the party as well. Well, here we go. We're looking at some data that came out this week, and we saw that we had firstly the cash rate. That came out on the 4th of July, the cash rate for the Aussies. They kept the rates unchanged. We saw some volatility in the market there. Then we saw the U.S. Coming up with the FOMC meetings on Wednesday. Then we had jobs, ADP numbers. So this is the ADP non-farm payroll. The markets definitely made a move with that ADP numbers, as well as the ISM services PMI. And then today we had jobs out, not only for Canada, but of course for the U.S. as well. We had non-farm job employment change. That showed much lower. So the market's a little bit, volatile this week with quite a bit of data specifically out in the U.S. So it's going to be interesting how we go ahead and address the market and look at the market and assess some trade opportunities as we go ahead and dive into some setups. So with that being said, Cameron, let's go ahead and get this party started. And we're going to go ahead and start off with, I'm going to go ahead and kick it off today with a pair that I know it is a thorn in the side for many people because in our trade ideas, we are holding on to some CAD Swiss positions. But I think let's go ahead and break it down. I'm going to go into this one first. I'm going to take this one and talk about a trade setup on this one right here. Firstly, I'm going to go ahead and start off with the CAD Swiss daily time frame, and I'm going to look at the daily time frame right here, and I'm going to go ahead and say this: with the market currently setting up with and what I believe is a breakout of this falling wedge, we have not taken out the high up here at the top. This is where we're expecting, we call it the fourth wave target. We're expecting price to go ahead and take out that high. And the reason for that is that we had a wave 3, 4, and down here at the 1.27 was the fifth wave. So we're expecting price to work its way up towards this high right here at the fourth wave. Now, with that being said, if we take a look over here, we're looking at the wave structure. We have wave 1, then 2 pullback, and here we have an inside structure. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, and then this is 4 right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then the market went ahead and created an irregular flat. Notice it took out the high right here, tested this downward trend line. Then we had a 1, 2, 3 move to the downside. So I'm going to say this, Cameron, that this is a fake breakout, and that price is going to come back again into this range, and we're going to see it rally up towards that 127 right here, and then look to target the upside move, which is all the way up here, all the way up here. And so this is what we're going to do. I believe we're going to go down to the lower time frame, and we're going to see the same thing, which we are right here. Now, I would prefer to have price above 67.18. Price is currently trading at, let's see here, at 67.05. So I would love to see price above that in order to be able to confirm that we're heading back into this range and we're going to continue to move north. But because I have faith about my technical analysis on this, I'm going to go ahead and venture out to say that I'm going to buy the CAD Swiss and expect price to take off and break above this 18 level right here, which is 67.18, and continue to move north. The news that came out this morning for the Canadians was, if you look over here, was positive. Sure, unemployment rate, that went up a little higher right here, but we did have some employment change, and that was positive. They expected 19, it came out at 59. That's pretty hectic right there. And I know we've got some PMI coming out at 10 o'clock. So, and that's going to be in the next 5 minutes or so. So, Cameron, let's go ahead and put in our first trade of the morning, and that's going to be a buy on the CAD Swiss. And just maybe the 10 o'clock news is going to be super good for me, and I'm going to go ahead and profit on this very quickly, or it's not. But let's go ahead and put that in right now.
All right. That's in.
Yes. All right, there it is. Boom. Now, traders, just by the way, if you are new to this session, make sure firstly, number one, you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, both the Traders Network Club as well as FxBigDog Trading Channel. Go ahead and subscribe for that, number one. And then number two, make sure you check out the description down below. There is a Telegram link down below where we actually post all the trade signals inside the Telegram. Now, if you take a look, you'll actually see everything we do is very transparent. The Telegram channel has now gone ahead and posted a buy on the CAD Swiss at 67.09. All right, 67.09. So you can see that we'll be showing everything, where we enter and where we get out. All right, and if we enter multiple times, you will get it if you've got the Telegram channel. All right, so the trade signal has been posted right there, or trade idea has been posted. Cameron, what do you have for us today?
All right. I'm taking a look at the US dollar CAD.
All right, you're going to have to share your screen.
Yep. I'll go ahead and do that.
All right, fantastic. Let's do this.
So you're looking at the 4 hour. I forgot to re-download my tool. Oh, that's fine. So here I'm looking at the 4 hour. We're seeing a nice uptrend here. Price is now in an overbought position. We see some nice impulsive swings here. So if I go to the 1 hour, and we take a look at this impulsive swing here, we can see we have a nice first swing right here, some consolidation. Price went all the way, tested the 618 for some resistance, and we have some supply right there. So we have a nice little dip right now. So we're looking for that correction move here. After this third swing, we're looking for that fourth correction move, and we can see price retracing anywhere back into this consolidation zone. So if I go ahead and remove this here, you can kind of see a little better. Yeah, we got some consolidation in this area right here. We got some rejection candles. You can see a lot of liquidity as well from these rejection candles. So we can see price want to move back into the zone. We're getting a nice a bearish candle here. I think we're going to see a continuous of this bearish move back into some consolidation here. I think I'm going to ride this this wave all the way back down, this correction move. I think we have some more room to the downside to price to go ahead and retest some consolidation before we see that fifth impulsive move back back up, up to past this high here. So I think I'm going to continue to sell with this move right here.
Okay. All right. And
What's that?
no. I'm just looking at the way the market moved this morning. I'm going, woo. Because this is what I'm going to go ahead and take a look right here. So if I take a look at your setup here, this is what my daily looks like right here. So this is the thing. Price broke out of this support right here. See this daily? Broke out, test the backside right here. Now going ahead and breaking back above this level right here. And we all know that this area is a area of support, all right? So price is not a defined price, is an area. So we actually have an area of support right about here. And with this being an area of support, we would think that price is either going to continue to work its way up or it's going to come back below here, and we're going to see price continue to move back down south again. So I'm interested to see what my lower time frame sees on this as well. So this is my 1 hour. So here we have wave 1, 2, 3, all the way up here to the 1.6 which, by the way, we were targeting. And now the market's gone ahead and pull back. So this is going to be my next swing going up right here. So Cameron, looking at this, you see the market dropping another 30 pips down.
Yeah, I see price can continue to move back to grab some liquidity in this consolidation zone. I see some rejection candles in here. I can see price want to take out these levels.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. All right, cool. All right, traders, let's go ahead and take a look at the I'm gonna look at the Euro USD. Let's see if I can either it's a hedge against Cameron or it is trading with him. Now remember, traders, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get in and out as quickly as we possibly can. And we don't have the luxury of waiting for price to get to certain levels. We got to simply just go ahead and jump in. So what I'm going to do here is, and Cameron, actually, to be honest with you, I see what you're seeing here. Because now I've broken out of this this falling wedge, right? Or not falling wedge. This is actually a descending triangle. But because the market's structured right here to go north, we can see the same thing we've seen on the CAD Swiss. We've seen that irregular flat pattern right here. So the market goes ahead and takes out the high, comes back in right here, breaks now above the trend line. So we should see price continue to move north. So what I'm going to do here is, let's see here. You see, this is a case of, well, I would rather wait for the market to dip down and then go back up again, but it's not going to happen. Resistance, I mean, I just don't have the time. So what I'm going to do here is, Cam, I'm probably going to go ahead and buy Euro US dollar right here. And that brings me to the dollar index here. Let me take a look at the dollar index. Dollar index looks like it could fall back down south. Now, let me see here. Is this a risk-off, risk-on environment that we're trading right now? All right, looks like the Dow opened up bearish. So it is a risk-off environment, which means that we're probably going to look for the Dow to fill the gap. Let's take a look at the Dow right here. All right, so there it is. It's already moving up towards the fill the gap. So we've seen a bullish move on the stock market. And if that's the case, then what we're going to be seeing right here is a risk on short-term move, which is this right here. And risk on short-term move would mean that, look at that, dollar weakness. So dollar weakness, Euro weakness actually against dollar, but I guess euro might be stronger than the dollar. All right, so Cameron, with all that being said, let's buy euro USD.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to bank on the fact that we had some new US news that the US dollar is going to be weaker than the euro. Both of them should be weak based on a risk on. Both of them should be weak, but I'm going to bank on the euro being stronger than the dollar because of the news coming out that's creating this bearish move. And that was because of non-farm coming out lower. All right, cool. All right, we're in, right?
Yep.
Yep, 1.0909 is the entry point, traders. So if you want to check that out, check it out. And remember, traders, that this show is all for educational purposes only. Nothing we do here is telling you to do anything. You're all responsible traders, and so make sure that you apply good risk management to all your trades, and you don't over leverage your positions if you do follow our trades. All right, Cam, take it away.
All right. Take a look at New Zealand CAD. Hopefully you guys can't hear the people outside blowing the
Hey, by
grass
the way,
there.
Cameron, I want to mention something. No, actually, go ahead. Just go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna take a look at the New Zealand CAD. I see you in the New Zealand CAD looking at the daily. You want to show my chart? Yeah. I see we're in the overbought position on my oscillator, and price is kind of testing a key level of supply. Okay, key level of supply here as well, and almost retesting the last previous high on the daily. So if I go back to the 1 hour, let me go to the 4 hour actually. Look at the 4 hour here. So here we see this nice bullish move here. Price retesting this the supply zone. And we see a little bit of exaggerated divergence here. We can see on my oscillator here, you can see that these highs are creating some flat highs when we see higher highs create all the way up to this previous high right here. But now we got a nice bearish candle right here. So if I go to the lower time frame now, if we actually go to the 50-minute time frame, we can see price broke through this trend line right here, retested up to grab some liquidity. You can see this rejection candle. And even inside this level of value right here, you can see these rejection candles, some consolidation as well. Price came all the way dip back down. So I think this is a pullback here. We could see price want to come back and grab some demand, test this demand as well. So we could see price go ahead and continue to move. We are in an overbought position here, so we could see a little bit of retracement. Seeing this negative divergence as well in the 4 hour. So we could start seeing price want to retrace back to test these lows here on the 1 hour. As we've seen price already grab some liquidity in this trade value, I want to see price come back down here and break through this consolidation area right here. We've seen a little bit of an upside move here, so we've seen a little bit more of a pullback. How much is price going to pull back here? Well, I can't really tell how much it can pull back. Obviously, we can see price pull back as far as to these this resistance here of these highs. But I'm going to bank on that price is going to dip a little further down, take out these candles right here, and want to grab some demand. Now that I'm looking at the higher time frame, I can see the trend moving more bearish till we get to this demand level. So I think I'm going to go ahead and bank on a sell here on the New Zealand CAD.
Interesting.
Let me take a look here. We see how much is to the upside of this high. 18 pips, about 18 to 20 pips to this candle wick. And it's about this price needs to come back to this candle wick right here, back to this trade. I like this right back to this level of value right here is where I want price to come back to. So I think I'm gonna go with a sell here on the New Zealand CAD, and if we get price to come back up here to retest this resistance here, I'm still expecting price to have a nice liquidity grab below here to come down and take us out after a second position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sell, but I'm going to go ahead and set my pip distance to 20 instead of 25, just in case price comes just above this resistance here and wants to retest this resistance. Um, I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Wait, you said this for how much?
20 pip distance in case price comes to retest that resistance.
Gotcha. All right. So while Cameron's going ahead and doing that, I can see that there is the strong resistance up here at the top right here. The price is tested quite a few times right here. And so I can see this happening right here while the market's trying to get into this dip right here. Certainly looking for that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pick a currency pair right here. So Cameron went short at 82.39. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Aussie CAD right here. And the Aussie CAD does not have that resistance that we saw on the New Zealand CAD. And in fact, we see price could go all the way up here to 89.48. We're trading at 88.64 right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do something different. And I'm going to look at this as a buy. And the only reason for that is because, I got to do some housekeeping on this right here. This is starting to become a mess here. So let's just clean up the shop here a little bit. But I'm looking at this right here. And I'm seeing this as a... Well, hang on. There is a little bit of resistance coming off here, isn't there? Very mild. We were trading at 68. Okay, are we at 68 or 64? Let me see here. 63. All right. I see this as a bit of consolidation here. So, Cam, I'm going to go with a buy. So this is almost like a hedging Cameron. I'm going to go with a buy on this. We are in the middle of the road here, which doesn't make me happy. But
Buy an Aussie CAD?
Buy Aussie CAD. Yeah, go ahead and do it right now. If I look over here, market is inside consolidation, but I'm looking for price to come back to retest this area. There's that resistance right there. Now, I know that support and resistance is not defined price as an area. So here's the area of resistance. So it doesn't have to go to that point right here. It doesn't have to go there. But I'm going to bank on the market going up here. If it does come back down, I'm going to bank on maybe the Aussie CAD staying in this range, at least in today's trading. But let's see. What price did I get? I got, 67, a little higher. All right, 67. And we're looking at 87 as the target. So 88, 87 is the target. And if I'm right, we could actually see price going all the way to this 5-hour retracement right here at 89.39. So, but I'm going to have to break through that level of resistance there. Now, this is a minor resistance level. And the reason why I'm calling it minor, because all of these levels right here, all these lows and highs that we see right here, these are all considered to be minor highs and lows. So there's going to be some short-term price rejection, but it's not going to sustain itself. It's going to be like a thin piece of glass. You keep knocking on it, eventually it's going to break. But it's these turning points, these big turning points that we're seeing right here, that we see as the major turning points, but also major support and resistance. So when price goes above those levels, then you know that price is going to use that level as a support level once it trades above that. But we're going to see a clean breakout, and we had this right about here. So I'm going to ride this wave going long. Now, I'm going to say this as well. That currently right now, I do see that we're in this upward trend. And if I look at these bodies, look at this body right here. This is what gets me excited about this. Is that if you take a look over here from the bottom, look how you cross over the wicks and you test and you touch the bodies. Look how the bodies close up above that trend line. So that to me tells me that this trend line that we've seen right here is pretty solid. And it's going to be something like this. So which means that the market will most likely want to go ahead and test the top of this trend line again. And that's why I got about another 40 pips to the upside. So we'll see how this plays out. The market's not crazy this morning, all right, even in spite of the news that we've just had, but it's enough to go ahead and give us some upside push. All right, Cam. So we've covered the New Zealand CAD, Aussie CAD. We've covered the US dollar and the New Zealand, US dollar and the Euro US dollar, and we also covered the CAD Swiss. So we've pretty much gone in with all 5 pairs, right?
Yep, correct.
Yep. All right. So listen here, traders, just as a quick bonus, let me go ahead and talk to you about risk on, risk off for a minute here. But before we do, I want to go ahead and thank our sponsors for this video. And we're going to go ahead and play a short clip. And this is for the broker ACAP. Check it out. All right. Now, let's see, guys, just a quick one right here. We're going to be giving out next month, starting next month, every month for 1 month, we're going to give out free memberships to our flagship product. We actually bouncing around a couple of ideas, but we're going to be giving out some really cool gifts for our shows. So make sure you guys tune in every week, because we will be giving out some gifts for those that I join. We're going to go ahead and put together sort of a package of how we're going to go ahead and give this out, and it's going to be absolutely free to our students. We're going to put everyone's name inside a pool. We're going to draw the name, and we're going to give out some free 1 month subscriptions to our flagship product. We'll talk more about that next week. But if you're looking for a broker, check out ACAP. It's going to be part of our sort of conditions that you sign up with a trading account through ACAP, and you can get a free month of our subscription to our flagship product. Again, all those details will be sent out to you next week. We'll go ahead and put it all together. So next week, beginning of next month. So make sure you check it out. Now, regarding risk on, risk off, traders, remember something. As we look at the markets in the morning, and especially at the 9:30 time when the stock market opens up, the stock market either opens up lower or higher than the previous close. And what we anticipate is that if the market closes out below, all right, this is called a risk-off environment. So if the stock market is down on the day, we're referring this to a risk-off. This means that money's flowing out of the stock market and into cash. And in most cases, we'll probably see the safe haven currency pairs like the euro, JPY, Swiss, and the US dollar actually start gaining ground. But this is the perception that people are missing, is that when the stock market opens up lower, normally what we have is what we call a gap fill. The market fills the gap, which means it tends to trade back up to the closing price of the previous day. And when that happens, then what happens is we tend to see a bullish move in the stock market, which means that even though we're in a risk-off environment, we're going to see a short risk-on move, which means that we can expect a bullish move on the Dow. Now, check this out. So here we have it. Dow Jones opens up lower. This means that we have a bearish Dow. It's a risk-off trading environment, but we're going to be expecting a bullish move, which means certain currency pairs, and we're actually testing it right now. I'm going through all of the currency pairs right now. We're doing a quick test to see which currency pairs moves the best based on those rule sets. And as you see right now, we can see that the best pair is the US dollar right here. So pound US dollars moved the best. Then we've got the Euro Aussie has moved good as well. we did see that the pound JPY has had quite an active morning, but not really suited this, or not the best move that we've seen so far. So what you can do is, by understanding risk on, risk off, you can actually go into the different currency pairs and you can go ahead and pick a certain direction. Taking, for example, Aussie CAD. If we're going to be in a short-term risk on environment, then take a look right here. What do we expect the Aussie to do? We expect the Aussie and the Canadian to actually to have some strength. But because the news came out today, and the news for the Canadian dollar wasn't as positive, we tend to see then the Aussie dollar actually strengthen more than the Canadian dollar, which means that we should see the chart being bullish on the day, or at least in the short term. And so this is the reason why we are seeing this rally in the Aussie CAD right here. All right. And that goes to Cameron's trade. Cameron's looking at a short on US dollar CAD. Look again. If it's a risk on trade environment, at least in the short term, then US dollar should weaken, Canadian should strengthen. That means that we should see US dollar CAD being bearish. And if we go back to that chart right here, and we take a look at the movement that we're currently seeing, we have seen since the open of the at 9:30 this morning, which, by the way, this candle right here. So based on that candle there, let's actually go to a 30-minute chart or even a 15-minute, and you can see that a lot better right here. Here's a 15. All right. So we can see that price hasn't been extremely bearish, but we've seen more bearish movement in the US dollar against the Canadian dollar. Now, some pairs move better than other pairs, granted. But take a look at, for instance, pound JPY. Pound JPY, we should see a short-term bullish move. Let's take a look at the pound JPY at 9:30 this morning. So 9:30, let's see here. 9:30 would be at this point here. So 9:30, the charts opened up right here. And so because we're expecting a bullish move in the pound JPY, that means, traders, that we could possibly see the market still coming back up here and filling that open gap, or at least that open price right here. Let me just double check here. This is at 9:15. Yep. Okay, so this is the one right here. So which means that there should be a short-term opportunity of about 26 pips on this trade. So if I was looking to trade and to be able to take advantage of that move, what I would be doing is, on the pound JPY right here, I would be looking to do a cost averaging approach, which means that I would go ahead and look to enter at price right here, and I'll go ahead and do this. Enter at price. What's price? Price is currently at 82.14. So 82.14 we buy. As an example, again, this is education purpose only. We buy at 82.14. So it's going to be 182.14. Now what we'll do on this is we'll cost average in. But we'll look for a 20 pip grab. We've already established that price from here to that price right here is about 27 pips. There's easy 20 pips in the market right here. And basically, this is how we can analyze and break the market down the way we do and look for a trade setups. Now, I want you to go ahead and just mark this off on your chart. Take a look at this price right here, 82.14. Mark off 25 pips on each one. Now, this one moves a little quicker, but let's go ahead and put 25 pips. 25 pips would be at 94 right here. I lie. 25 pips would be 14, 24. It'll be 89. So my bad. So 89 would be the next entry point right here. And we'll keep doing this until we make our 20 pips on this trade. So there's just an example of how you can look at the market by using risk on, risk off, and doing some scalping during the US trading session. So if you can't get into the European session and you want to get into other sessions, like the US trading session, to be able to pick up some trades over there. Pay attention to what the market does at the open, at the stock market open, and how the market features, whether we're in a risk on, risk off trading environment. All right, that pretty much wraps up the session today. Cam, anything else to say?
Um, nope. But I will be seeing the VIP members Monday, and we have a couple of things we need to change in the US dollar CAD. So I'll be just throwing that in the Discord. So make sure you check the Discord, as we've have some different, different game plan on how we're gonna execute that pair.
All right,
So,
fantastic. Excellent.
yep. So I'll see you guys back Monday.
Excellent. All right, traders, well, have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us. Have a blessed day so far, and we'll see you back again next week. This is FxBigDog and Cameron saying cheerio.